Defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Sworn in for his second term as a democratically elected president, he already has a lot on his plate. Most he's familiar with:
Buhari,
an economy to fix, a security challenge to address, and other aspects of the Nigerian life begging for attention. These alumni of Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, and their friends are gathered in this room to debate and provide solutions to some of the problems confronting the country. They say that's the least they could do to help.
What PMB should do differently in the second term. However, I approach the topic from an entirely different perspective. I think it is limiting to pose the question in this way. I think the real issue is what we as a nation should be doing differently. As it is, there is the implicit view that it is the actions of the federal government alone that matter for national development. I tend to disagree.
Then the conversation moves to one of the most debated topics in Nigerian politics.
The strategy of fighting corruption is skewed. It's not going to work unless the economy improves. You cannot hold the economy to ransom in the fight against corruption. I'm not saying fighting corruption is wrong. You should fight corruption. But I think there should be a systematic way. You have to make sure that you reflect the economy and then let the corruption fight, let the system fight the corruption.
The Nigerian elite is generally vacuous and absent from leadership. They're vacuous in the way they think about organizing their society. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to speak about corruption, but anybody in this room would be perfectly capable of doing so, because it seems that the national religion is indeed corruption. And we may laugh about it and we may giggle, but the fact is that almost everybody in this room who considers themselves elite benefits from the spores of corruption. In countries where you want to confront corruption, you have to recognize those who are the priests of corruption. And in many of the countries, it's the elite, and you have to target them. If you look at top...
The views on this table are diverse, but there is a consensus on the need for integrity, inclusiveness, and clear-cut policies to strengthen efforts at building a stable nation.
Without security, there's nothing happening. I mean, there will be no meaningful development. We've come to a stage where, we've seen new kids on the block who are more savage and violent. And so for us, what we would like to see immediately, a very objective process in the selection of service chiefs.
We're looking for how can we contribute. We think about all of the issues that need to be addressed in Nigeria today, and we would like to share them with government. So we all come into a room like this, we all discuss, argue, debate, and then when we come to some conclusions, we're going to amass all of them, and then we'll share them with the government.
The organizers say the conversation will continue with the intention to set the agenda for the government and also help in formulating a framework that works. Daredo, Channels Television News.